Oh, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. We're going to take a look at that Chargers offense tonight. It honestly looks pretty good. They're missing a few pieces out there, so it's going to be a little bit tough. I can see them taking a major step back. I know that defense is going to be way better than the offense this year, but you can't take somebody like Phillip Rivers out of an offense and then just expect everything to keep rolling, especially if you're bringing in Tyrod Taylor or you're bringing a rookie in back there. So we're going to take a look at it. I want to get your guys' opinions on it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I changed up our defense a little bit. I love this defense, like truly love the way this defense looks. This is like a Gunther special right there. So let me know what you guys think about that. It's kind of like our version of the cover three, but we got our linebackers stacked up top. Got the single safety, and then you got Abram and Robertson. T. Barry wanted to see this lineup out there. So Barry, this one's for you, dude. I hope you like the way it's set up. I don't know if you wanted two high safeties, but when I started playing with this, I was like, man, that single high safety looks damn good for us out there. So let's jump into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You know I always do appreciate that. But I want to see how this is looking, man. Shrek, what's going on, dude? Steven, what's up? Petey, what's happening, man? Boy George made it to a third. Way to be. Steven, dude, doing all right, man. Doing all right. Anthony, what's happening? Finally caught the live stream. It's been a while. It has, Andrew. I'm glad you're out, dude. Stumbling, what's happening? Stumbling, I forgot, like, completely. But didn't you have surgery, dude? I hope you're doing all right. Hit me up in the comments, dude. Just let me know if you're doing good or not. Robert, what's happening, dude? Glad you can make it out for the live. We should smash on the Chargers both games. I really expected us to go out there and just really kick the crap out of this team both times that we do play them. It's pretty much like having two home games. We've said that before, but this team's just not going to be ready. I really thought this team was going to go out there and get Cam. I thought that would have been a huge factor for this, and I thought that would have completely changed this team because they do have some good weapons out there. But now it looks like they're going to run with Tyrod. They're going to run with their rookie. No telling what else they do. There's still a chance they bring Cap onto this team. There's been a little bit of talk about that, so I'm curious to see if that plays out. But they have their journeyman quarterback. They have the young guy behind them. I don't think Herbert's going to be starting right away. I think it's going to take him a few weeks, but we don't play them until week 8 and then 14. So by the time we do play him, you might end up seeing Justin out there just getting his feet wet, making some mistakes, but just kind of learning going into the next season. So we'll see what happens with that. I wouldn't be surprised if they run this with the Tampa 2. Yeah, that's very, very true. Finally caught the live stream to it. Oh, Ricky, what's happening, dude? Mullen versus Allen all day. I had it, dude. I did have it set up like that, but Barry wanted to see it like this. I mean, I'd love when you guys comment on how you want to see these defenses and stuff set up. So I wanted to set this one up for him. I do think it would be flip-flopped out there. I think, honestly, by this point, by like week 8, I'm hoping that we're seeing more Arnett out there. I wanted to drop him in on this because I thought that really matched up better for us. And I really like Isaiah Johnson still coming in on this defense. So let me know what you guys think about that. Well, let's go ahead and jump into their offensive line real quick. This offensive line is not trash. It truly is not. They made some changes. They went out to the Panthers and ended up getting Turner. They went to Green Bay. They got Beluga out there. And so they kind of stacked it up a little bit. They're going to be able to run, and they're going to come out running the ball a ton. That's why I put them in the 2 tight end set out there. You can't go from a true gunslinger down to Tyrod or Herbert and expect things to just keep sailing the ball out there. I really think Mike Williams' numbers are going to drop tremendously. I think it's going to be the biggest turnaround on this team is watching him kind of take a huge step back, not having somebody who's willing to just air it out constantly. And the fact that they're just going to be pounding the ball consistently. And I know Eckler is more of a pass-catching running back, but they got that rookie. His name slips my mind, but he's like a true workhorse for him. So if he can go out there and take the majority of the carries, they get Eckler in there, and they can start getting on a little bit of rolls out there. I could see this offense getting a little bit of momentum, but I don't see him having the momentum to go out there and just truly stick it to a team for the entire game. There's going to be too many mistakes. There's going to be too many miscommunications, and it's really going to set them back. Turner is a great guard. Yeah, he is. Who was it? They traded somebody to get him, and it was actually a pretty big trade. That was a very, very good move for him. But that's the thing. They had to start jacking this up because they're going to be running the ball. So they had to go out there, get a better guard because Feeney's a pretty good guard. And then securing that tackle spot is really big for him. They also drafted another rookie lineman that a lot of people have been talking about, so you might see him start, just in my personal opinion. I didn't think he was going to be able to go out there and earn one of these starting jobs with the crazy offseason that he's going to be going through. So he might end up being in that starting rotation by the time we play him, but starting off week 1, I'm pretty sure that's the offensive line you're going to see out there. Made it to the live show for the first time. Raiders 2-0, the Chargers easy. Joe, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you could make it out. Volvo, what's up, man? I'm a Pats fan. Do you think Cam will be good? I think Cam has a serious shot to go out there and reignite his career, and I am happy as hell that he is given that opportunity. I really think that he can go out there and do it if he can get his head on straight. And when you're working with Belichick, it's pretty much you're in the system. You do what he says. There is no other way, but Cam has a very, very big personality. If those personalities start to clash, I've heard a few reports today that he still isn't going to be the starter out there. I do not buy that at all, but we'll see what happens. But I'm not worried about that, dude. You should not be worried about it because I'm telling you, it's an experiment just like Tampa Bay is. And if it works, you're going to love every second of it. And if it doesn't work, you're going to see Stidham come back in there and be their quarterback. So nothing will really change from it. So keep your head up, Shrek. Not worried about the Chargers' offense. Their defense is another story. Yeah, Robert, and I broke their defense down the other day, and that defense is looking strong. But I did see a few holes to where we can just kind of open it up and just march down the field on them. As long as we're putting up points, I think we'll be able to stop this offense right here from scoring very many points at all. So as long as we capitalize on ours, just long, methodical drives, working everything underneath until we get to the goal line and punching it in, I think this is pretty easy wins for us out there. So happy I caught you live. Did you see Amik was one of the only 3 cornerbacks in all of college football to have a coverage grade above 91 in 2019? Jaden, what's up, dude? I'm glad you made it out. Yes, I did see that. A lot of people were saying that they were shocked at how late he ended up going in this draft. It's nothing more than his size. I've been very vocal about undersized safeties, but this dude, he plays with a different kind of edge than these other smaller safety dude. He plays with a lot like Joseph did, so I really like that. So I'm really hoping he works out and ends up taking that spot from Joyner. I really like sticking him in these defenses. I love the way that it looks out there, and I think he's going to end up being a huge, huge asset for us out there. Yo, same. Haven't been on the stream in a couple weeks. I think we shut down the Chargers. Oh, Ardo, what's happening, dude? I'm glad you're back out. I think that's like one of the most definites here. We're going to go out there and shut this team down completely. Oh, what's up, dude? You have Joku starting Robertson over Joyner. I just like playing him around, and like before I catch any hell about it, like I stuck Key in there instead of Farrell. I just like sticking these guys in just to see how it looks, because I mean mid-game you're going to see all sorts of different lineups and defenses out there. So I just wanted to see, like, man, if this came out on the field, how would this look? This honestly looks really good to me. I really think Key's going to break out. I'm truly hoping he does. There's still a chance he doesn't make this team, but in my heart of hearts, I want to see that dude break out. I think Joyner will start the season. I am telling you that right now. But I don't know if he's going to hold down that job. If he comes out there and plays like he did last season, he's going to lose that starting job. That is what it is. And he's probably going to lose it to Robertson, and that'll put a big old smile on my face. I think we match up well, but the defense is scary. If we can score early, we can hold up. And that's it. Even if we don't score early, as long as we're just putting up some kind of points, just some kind of points, I think we'll be able to stay in this game and then win it in the end. I think we're going to control the clock a pretty good bit just because we will be pounding the ball against them the majority of the time. And then I think we'll be able to, honestly, probably force turnovers in this game. And that's going to be one of the major things that wins us these games against the Chargers, because I'm telling you right now, we're going to get a few turnovers in each of these games. We can't underestimate the Chargers. And no, and I will say that, because I will tell you right now, I've always had a soft spot for Tyrod Taylor. He just seemed like he was always right there on the brink of being able to just come in and take a starting job. And he's played all over. He truly has. But I'm pulling for this dude to come out there and win this team. I would love to see that happen. He has the potential to do it. He can run. He can pass. He makes some bad reads out there sometimes, and that ends up costing him. But if he can get into something where he was super comfortable, watch out for him. I will say that. Watch out for him. Robertson is small. Jamal Adams 2.0. He is small, dude. And that's the one thing that scares me, because even against somebody like Hunter Henry or going up against Kelsey, if they, for some reason, got singled up together and the safety had to bite someplace else, that's a tough matchup for Robertson to face. It's one thing doing it at the college level. It's another thing going against some of the best tight ends in football that we're going to see this season, because, man, I'm telling you, our schedule that we're playing against is jacked full of great tight ends, and it kills me. It kills me. What I've been saying. What do you think about running a 3 deep? I do like that. I just don't know. Gunther does not like to do that too often. I could see Marinelli, if he does take that over, I see us dropping into that 3 deep. Because I'm telling you right now, if we get into one of those 3 deep sets and you put it in like a dime package, it looks incredibly good. Like incredibly good. But I want to still see a lot of pressure. I think we're going to see a lot more blitzes coming this year. That's the one thing I like about this cover 3 is because you can send Littleton straight to the tight end and then just blitz Abram. And I really want to see Abram light up some quarterbacks this season. I would truly, truly love that. Keenan Joyner got their work cut out for them. Yes, they do. Those dudes are fighting for spots on this team. I am telling you that right now. Joyner's getting paid, so he will be there. Key is really... He better earn it, man. He has to. What team will you do next? I'm going to do the Patriots next just because of the hype going on about them right now. I want to see how that looks on paper. I know that defense is still looking pretty good. They lost a couple linebackers out there, but that's still a solid defense. And that offense, it's missing some tight ends, but it ain't missing much else besides that. Muse over Amik Robertson. Anthony, what's happening, dude? I kind of like that. I think Muse is going to take longer to develop than Robertson is just because he's kind of changing positions out there. I think if we get into a true 4-3 and we start running like the true 4-3, you might see Muse come in there and start sneaking in there and taking some of those reps. But even in that situation, I'd rather it see White coming in there taking those reps just because he's a little bit better in coverage, in my opinion. But they're both young. They both have a ton of potential, and both of them could end up being that third linebacker that I've been desperately seeking on this team. So I'm pulling for both those guys. I really would like to see that. But as far as just deep cover 3, I want somebody a little bit quicker. Amik's the only one fast enough to kind of take that spot besides Joyner. And really, I thought about sticking Arnett in that spot, and I thought about sticking Isaiah Johnson in that spot. All of them look pretty good, but Robertson, that's his true position, so I wanted to stick him in there and see how it looked. How many interceptions could you see the team having as a whole this season? Who leads the team? I think Mullen ends up leading us in picks this season. I think Littleton probably is a close second. That dude was probably good for about 3 or 4 picks this season, and I'm so excited about that. And I see Abram. I really don't see Abram getting too many picks unless it's something off like a tip ball, but I see him creating a lot of turnovers, just causing a lot of fumbles. But as far as just like a true pick total, I mean, if we could get to honestly just like 8 to 10, I'd be super happy about that. Anything above that, I'd be ecstatic. But I do think Mullen leads the way with that. And I could see Prince going out there and maybe sneaking 1 or 2 off for us before he ends up losing that job out to Arnett. We basically play 2 home games against them, so sweep it is really likely. It really is. And I mean, I'll call it right now. We're sweeping this team. We will truly sweep them under the rug and be done with them until next year. Robertson's got to prove it to me. These Chargers wide receivers and tight ends are way too big for him. They are. And a lot of the offenses we're playing are way too big for him. But they're way too big for Joyner, too. And I've seen what Joyner can do against these teams because we played a lot of them last season, and it did not make me happy at all. So maybe even getting Heath in there, but I've seen Heath get burned in that slot spot so many times. I'm really kind of hoping Isaiah Johnson takes over that slot spot, dude. He's big, he's fast, he can hang with these guys as far as just body to body because he has decent size to him out there, and he can keep up with damn near anybody else you put across from him. So keep an eye on that because I'd really love to see that happening. Chargers fans been social distancing since they moved to LA. Man, that is tough, dude. That's got to be tough to play in front of, and it's only going to get worse now that Rivers is gone. Do you think Collins will open up the middle for our defensive ends to create havoc on the opposing defensive lines? Your thoughts? Robert, what's up, dude? Yes, and I have said that countless times on this show. The addition of Collins on this defense is going to be truly amazing. It's going to open up our ends. I do not care what ends are on the field. If you have Collins in there and he draws a double team, because a lot of the times he's going to have to because he is a game wrecker, it's going to free up somebody like Crosby to just feed all game long, and I am so excited about that. I love that dude. Like, truly love that dude being on this team. I wish we would have locked him up to a bigger deal and kept him because I know he's only on a 1-year contract, but he's going to prove it, but then it's just going to be a matter of how much money he wants after that. And I think if he does extremely well and this team ends up making a decent playoff run, he might give us a friendly contract just to go out there and try to get that ring because he sees what we're building. But if we go out there and play a decent season, maybe hit the wild card or miss the playoffs, and he asks for a bunch of money, he's going to be gone. So I want to see Collins stick, dude. I truly do. Hopefully by week 9 we have the fans in the stadium, since LA is always a home game, especially now that we're in Vegas. Yeah, that is very true. That'll make a big difference in all of these games of who's going to be able to be out there. I know Mark Davis was kind of pissed today that they were going to cover up those front rows, but then they were selling advertisements on top of it. And I mean, I could understand them kind of being against that. I can see a lot of those guys being against that, but at the same time, it's extra money for the NFL that's going to end up losing a lot of money this season if things keep going the way they're going. So just keep an eye on that. Our nickel and dime packages seem solid. I'm excited. They are. And honestly, our dime looks really good. I really like us at a dime. We don't run very much dime. We run the majority of just like a big nickel or the cover 3 nickel, and then sometimes we'll sneak into that 4-3. That 4-3 is the defense I truly want to see. I want to see us more in a true 4-3, but until we can get one of these guys to step up to be that third linebacker, this right here is going to be the defense you see hit that field a lot. And I love those linebackers sitting right in those gaps. I love it. Gunther loves it, so you're going to be seeing a good bit of it. Oh, Michael, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you made it out. Mullen can have 3 or 4 picks off. He didn't. Yeah, dude, that is true. Mullen, like straight up pick 6s he dropped. You will not see that happen again. He will be making those plays. Raiders 52, welcome to the show, dude. Josh Jacobs will be the difference in these games. As long as he's healthy, we win both games. Their D is tough, but they can't stop 28. Our D should shut them down. Gunther needs to wake up this year. Gunther does, but I've said it before. Gunther needed his linebackers. He has not had them since he has been on this team. Now he has 2 tremendously awesome linebackers, and so his defense is going to finally work. And a lot of people are going to see it for the first time that never kept up with the Bengals before that. But the Bengals always had a truly stacked like linebacker room. So it's going to look different. I promise you that. Plus the surrounding talent, the addition on the defensive line. This defense is going to be looking strong, dude. We're going to shock some people with this defense. I'm telling you that. Sweep them under the... That's it, man. That is it. I'm telling you, him opening up that defense is going to make a world of difference for us. Prince versus Keenan scares me. Johnson needs to be ready to step in and be physical. Yes, I will give you that. And I honestly like Isaiah Johnson more than I like Prince out there. I know Arnett's probably going to end up winning that job, but just from starting this season, I would love to see Mullen on one side, Johnson on the other. That's my ideal defense to start the season. Want to see what happens with it. If Prince goes out there and is playing a step slow or getting burned, you're going to see him immediately, so I will take that all day. Yeah, Isaiah Johnson 6'2" with a 4.3 speed. Oh, Nami. Took some time to develop that. That is true. He did. And Isaiah Johnson, honestly, he wasn't even like a point of development. He just had that terrible face injury, which just totally set him back. So if he's back ready to go, I'm telling you there could be a big part of this. We just need less penalties, and we could be a great D. Yeah, that is so true. But we're going to keep getting those bogus calls. You know what's going to happen. It's part of being a Raiders fan. You got to deal with those penalties. We got to rise above that this year. I got Chris Harris as a starter. He's a smart player with great hands. Out last year, Pro Bowl caliber, second year in the system. Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. I will give you that out there. Collins is missing link in the double A gap system. Yes, he is. Yeah, well, dude, guaranteed. You nailed that right on the head. Change on your thoughts about acquiring Vontaze. I'll tell you, I'm shocked that we have not brought Compton back yet, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. I really thought it was going to come down to either Compton or Vontaze just to have that linebacker that already knew this system and was able to step in there and play at a reasonably high level out there. I don't know if it's coming down to money right now and they want to get all these other guys signed before they pull anything else off, or if they're just trying to kind of sit back to see how everything else unfolds, to see if somebody else ends up getting cut that they want to bring in there. But I still think Vontaze will have that target on his back, which sucks to say, so I can still see it being more Compton. But if Vontaze was back on this team, I would be happy. I'm not even going to lie. That would make me happy. Eric Harris for life. Dude, I'm fighting for Eric Harris. I'm really thinking he's probably going to end up making this team. I want to see him make this team, but he's one of those dudes that if you see him get cut, I'm not going to be shocked by it. Alejandro, what's going on? We are on the rise, ready to shock the football world. We are going to shock the world. I promise you that. It's really early, but what position do you see us address in 2021 draft with our first pick next year? Honestly, as lame as that kind of sounds to say, I could see us either going offensive line or defensive line. I think I think that'll probably be it. If we get like a high first rounder, I would not be shocked if we went out there and spent it on a guard, and I wouldn't be pissed about it either. Like, I'm just being honest, because it's one of those things you have to eventually draft for. We did it already once, but now our guards are starting to get older, so we got to get in there and get a replacement for them. I know we got one this year, but it'd be nice to just keep a truly solid offensive line. We have a lot of proven players, solid players. We do. We truly do. Any news on Dion Jordan? No, not that I know of. I'd like to see Mullins on Allen. He was able to shut down Case. Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. Let's go and switch it out here. Let's do this. Sorry, it takes a second to move all these little dudes around. And then I'll even pull down a Meek for you guys real quick. Oops. Who was it? You want to see Muse out there. So you can see what Muse is looking like out there. Because, I mean, by week 8, week 14, Muse could be in this rotation, getting out there, getting some play time out there. I'd be happy to see it out there. Let's get him set up. And then we'll go ahead and pull Tyrod real quick. This is what I do when I'm setting up these videos. I'm just sitting here screwing around with different lineups, seeing how they will look and work out there. Bring Herbert in just so we can kind of see what that offense is looking like. The other thing I wanted to do, and I just wanted to give this dude an honorable mention, if they get out of that 2 tight end set, and I know this kid's going to be playing just a ton of special teams for him because he's going to be like their main return guy out there, but Joe Reed is a beast. Like, I truly like this kid. I think he's going to start off as their special teams guy. You're going to see him working into their offense a pretty good bit. He's big, he's physical, he plays super aggressive. I don't think this will be his season. I think you'll just see him mainly on special teams, but moving forward with this team, especially getting into a solid quarterback situation, keep an eye on Joe Reed. That kid could be the real deal out there. That defense is looking pretty solid, dude. You know what? I'm going to pull him too. No, we're just kind of screwing around here. But if we got everybody out here, I want to go ahead and take a look at it real quick. Give me Isaiah out there. That's looking strong, dude. I'm telling you. Keep your eye out on Johnson, dude. I love this kid. I want to see this kid be that spot. That's fast. That is fast, and that is crazy strong out there. Where were we at? My bad. Let me catch back up. Have you guys noticed how fast Harris is, low-key? I've been seeing him play. I've seen plays with him. He's hella fast. Yeah, that is true, dude. But I've just seen him. That dude get light up, dude. Just lit up so many times. Raiders fan, what's up, dude? Welcome to the show. Hope you had a great day. Glad I could catch your video today. I'm glad you made it out, dude. Raiders secondary will lock up San Diego's wide receivers. They will, dude. And I'm telling you, and our safeties can take their tight ends out of the game. And then it's just a matter of shutting down Eckler, which you got Kwiatkowski, and you have our defensive line. This is not going to be hard matchups for us, but their defense is tough. Like, if their defense comes out there, because that defense is trying to straight up win some games this season. I don't think it'll be against us just because we have so many options and so many weapons out there. But that defense is tough, dude. Just straight up tough. Put Johnson on Williams and Mullen on Allen. All right, yeah, I got that set up. Arnett in the slot and Robertson number 2 slot. Then I could put Abram over the top out there. That actually wouldn't look too bad. Let me pull him down real quick. I want to bury Arnett. Put Abram really doesn't. He's more of a thumper. I don't want to see him really covering that deep ball too often. But at the same time, if he could have an open line on somebody trying to catch that deep ball, that would end up being huge. But he wouldn't have to play it too deep. Oh, man. That's sick, dude. That is truly sick. Then you wanted a Meek back in here for that added speed instead of Muse. At this point, with the speed we have out there right now, I kind of like having Muse for that added power out there, but I could see Meek still jumping back into that role right there. Dude, man, this defense, I'm telling you, you start tweaking this thing, you start having some fun with it. Our depth is huge compared to last year. It's insanely different, dude. Insanely different. Yeah, I think Mullen can lock down Allen in his second year. I think he can, too. I think you're right about that. It's so fun having players move around. Dude, I'm not going to lie, man. I truly love that. And I probably screw around with that way more than I ever should, but it's a good time, especially when you don't have football. Put Muse outside Littleton and red zone defense. Yes, Rods, I completely agree with that. So yeah, man, that's what I had for you guys tonight. Just wanted to take a look at that offense. I'm not seeing too many struggles in this game. Honestly, the defense that we finished with right now, I think if we ran this defense, we would kick the crap out of them both games, because this honestly looks incredibly strong, and I'm loving the way that looks, and I promise you're going to see this defense against a few other teams we play this year. But until next time, guys, thank you all so much for coming out. You know I love it. It's the reason I do these videos, and don't mind cutting these dudes out, because I know we're going to end up going back and forth for a while. So thank y'all very, very much for that. Tomorrow night, I'll be on Bigger and Bradder. I think we're going to go live on his channel at like 10 or 10:15, so be on the lookout for that. That should be a really good time. But until then, guys, I'm Son Joku. We will catch y'all later.